Hey, good morning. Happy Easter. I hope you are having a fantastic Resurrection Day. What a super day to celebrate with your family. Wish we were all celebrating it together, but we can do it online and just think about each other, pray for each other, and just celebrate how awesome God is. So I hope you're having a great Easter and look forward to sharing a story with you and Miss Teri and I in just a minute. So hang around. Here he comes. Miss Teri? Miss Teri?
Hey, Mr. Jason.
Miss Teri, I don't think I've ever seen you sad before. What's going on? I don't like this at all.
Remember a few days ago, it was like April Fool's Day?
Yeah, I love that day.
So I decided to play a trick on Mr. William, and I hid all of his candy. And when he came home, he was really mad, and he thought the kids ate it.
So you got away with it?
No, the kids told on me, and then he was mad at me because I played a trick on him.
Those little they ratted you out.
They ratted me out.
Oh my goodness, they rolled you under the bus.
And Mr. Jason, I really wish there was a story in the storybook that would tell me about what to do.
You said story.
I did say story.
And you need a story.
I do need a story.
Miss Teri, I know a story.
You'd have a story?
I would tell the story.
Tell me a story, Mr. Jason. Please make me feel better.
Miss Teri, there was a guy in the Bible named Peter who was a friend of Jesus's, and someone told on him.
No.
Well, you're right. It was something told on him.
What?
I know. Can I tell you about it?
Please.
Okay, so Peter was one of Jesus's friends, and Peter would always, he was just this guy who said things out loud all the time, kind of ADD. I don't know. Maybe reminds you of someone.
Maybe.
So Peter would say things just really out loud, and one day he told Jesus, you are the Son of God, and I will never, ever leave you, and Jesus said, Peter, before the rooster crows 3 times, you will even deny you knew me.
What?
I know, and Peter's like, no way, not gonna happen.
Well, it didn't happen.
You know what happened?
Mm-mm.
It's in the storybook.
What happened?
Well, see, what happened was Jesus was arrested and taken away, and Peter got really nervous about it, and he ran and hid. And he was hiding because it was cold, and they had a little fire going, and he was sitting in this little area, and one of the slave girls walked up and said, aren't you one of those guys that used to hang out with Jesus? And he's like, me? No, not me, not a chance. No, that's silly. And she moved on, and another guy said, yeah, pretty sure you are. You sound, your speech sounds like the accent from Galilee, and you sound like one of Jesus' friends, and are you sure? And he's like, I don't even know, way, not me, not a chance. And then the third person came up and said, I'm positive, I've seen you with Jesus before, and he said, I don't even know that man.
Really?
Perfectly.
The rooster?
Yep. The rooster told on Peter. And
Oh,
Peter
Peter
left. It says he went away just distraught. And Miss Teri, next day Jesus was killed. So Peter if that was the end of the story and Peter could never talk to Jesus again or anything, that would be a terrible story.
Yeah.
But the great part of it, Miss Teri, is that 3 days later, Jesus rose from the dead. Death couldn't conquer him. Sin couldn't conquer him. And he got up and he rose from the dead. And he redeemed Peter's thoughts and his feelings. And not only that, he forgave his sins. You know how he did it?
How?
Peter was meeting with his friends upstairs in a building.
Yeah.
And Jesus shows up, just appears in there.
Yeah.
And says, Peter, do you love me? And Peter said, yeah, I love you. And he said, Peter, go feed my sheep.
Sheep?
Because Peter was got a job coming up. But don't jump ahead yet.
Oh, sorry.
I'm telling the story.
Yes, sir.
Whew. And then he said, Peter, do you love me? And
Again?
Twice. Yeah, Peter said, yes, I love you. He goes, feed my sheep. And he goes, all right. And Jesus said, Peter, do you love me?
A third time?
3 times. Oh. And Peter said, Lord, you know I do. And so Peter got to deny him 3 times and then got to face tell Jesus he loved him 3 times face to face. And I like to think Jesus did it so that Peter would know that he was loved and that nothing can separate him from Jesus' love. Not even death can separate us.
That's amazing.
Isn't it awesome?
Too bad about the rooster.
Oh, no. The rooster had an important job too.
What?
Sometimes when I tell stories,
Yeah?
I get my mind goes off. I call it my holy imagination.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the rooster had to tell on Peter? And I don't think he wanted to do that necessarily. But did you imagine the rooster's job on Sunday morning, Easter Sunday morning, when Jesus was getting up? Jesus rose from the dead, and Mary and Martha and everybody was asleep. And guess what? Rooster got to say, "Cock-a-doodle-doo!" And I like to think that Mary and Martha woke up and went to check on Jesus and found out that it was the greatest day ever that changed everything. So not only could Peter's sins be forgiven, my sins can be forgiven, your sins can be forgiven, everyone. And he said that he wants everyone to come to know him. And it is so exciting to think about that Jesus loved us so much that he gave himself for us on Easter Sunday.
And he forgave us?
He forgives us for everything, Miss Teri. And you could even go talk to Mr. William. You probably already have. But God forgives you. Mr. William can forgive you. Did you save any of that candy?
Oh. Maybe you'll get some for Easter.
Maybe so.